But Scott, let me ask you this for a second. Can we give a ton of credit to Erik Spoelstra?
No question.
Because out of all his coaching years, since he's been a head coach, he has never won Coach of the Year, and that is disturbing to me. This guy has put all these guys, including Caleb Martin, in position to be successful. You look at Duncan Robinson, you look at Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. That is coaching, Scott. When you look at the zone that he put out there tonight, that is coaching, man, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Perk, and that coaching started right after Game 6 ended when he went right up to that podium and he said, we want to play right now. And I said it during the highlight. Was he protecting his guys or was he projecting what he really believed? I think it's a little bit of both. And I want to ask you, Perk, about this. Look, and we're in on this, you, me, and everybody at our network and every other network. The Celtics lose the first 3 and they're garbage and they're bums. And then they win the next 3 and the Heat, well, it's been a nice ride, but there's no way they're going into Boston and winning Game 7. How much does all of that weigh? These guys are human beings, right? Miami hears it. They get fueled by it. Maybe Boston feels the pressure. You've lived both sides of it. How much of that is on the minds and the shoulders of players in games like this?
Oh, it's huge. And it's also on the leadership of the locker room. And, Scott, we talked about Erik Spoelstra, but you talk about a guy like Udonis Haslem, who a lot of people out there are wondering why is he still on the bench. It's because he's an extension of the head coach. He's a guy that could keep the locker room together. He's a guy that has won 3 NBA championships for that organization to able to keep those young guys head levels and say, you know what, forget that Derek White had a tip in Game 6. Let's go on the road. Let's refocus and retool, get on this plane, and go into Boston and get Game 7.
Which is exactly what Spo said they were going to do, and it is exactly what they did.